What's going on, y'all? You know where I'm at, and you know what I'm about to do. As always, the links are posted. Like, share, subscribe, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your greasy grandpappy. All right, now that I got that out the way, I want to talk about something real quick. And this is aimed towards the bros and women y'all can listen into. I want to talk about admiration and being looked up to. Do you remember, bros, like if you had a father figure or your dad in your life, do you remember looking up to him no matter what his profession was? For instance, my dad was in the Army, so he put that uniform on and I see it and I'm looking at him with admiration. I'm looking up to him like, damn, that's something I want to be. I'm looking up to him with pride. Do you remember that feeling? Or you had a coach and he was a great coach, or a band director, they were a great band director, they were great at their profession, and they were just good people all around. Of course, you didn't really know them outside of the whatever environment you knew them in, but when you saw them, they were a great example of men and just a great example of leadership. Do you remember how that made you feel? It made you want to listen to them versus listening to anybody else because they were doing the work, especially if they were black. Now, if they were black men doing this, of course, it's a plus for you as being a black man. But you remember that? You remember how it made you feel? It made you feel real good, right? I'm saying that to say this. When you're dealing with women, you need to be moving in a way to where they look at you the same way, or they look up to you and they admire you. That's what I'm saying. Guys, bros, women don't really like to look at men and not be inspired. They don't like to deal with a man to where they can't look up to him, where they don't admire him, where they feel like they're on the same level. It's a shock to the system, but it's true. How can you fix this? This is the fundamentals. I say this almost every video. How can you fix this? How can you make women start to admire you? You know what you got to do. You got to get on your purpose. You have to get on your grind. You have to always be improving. Those three things: purpose, grind, improving. Improving your social life. Go out, get hobbies. Find stuff to do. Like I found this to do as a hobby. Improve your physical fitness. Like I always say, get your butt in the gym. Go outside, get active. Of course, where I'm at right now is too cold. It's way too cold to go outside and run, so I wouldn't recommend anybody does that. But when it warms up, take your ass outside, go get active. Improve your paper. If you working a job, find a way to level up in that business. If you have your own business, find a way to level up in that. And doing all of this stuff, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, but you have to do this as a man. The same way you have a child, if you have a child and they look up to you, the women in your life, they have to look up to you that same way, okay? That's how you get more cooperation. That's how you get more stuff going your way. And this applies to women, but it applies to dudes as well. You won't really, you'll listen to a brother that might be on your level or below you, but if somebody is above your level, you're more prone to listen to them because they're already demonstrating that they could do the work it needed to be done to get to that next level. So, of course, as a human, you're going to want to automatically listen to them because, okay, they got some game they can give me. But also, bros, we already know if it's bros that are on our level or below our level, we'll listen to them as well because you can learn from somebody's mistakes at the same rate as you can learn from somebody's success, with somebody's wins. But that's how you get women to fall in line. That's how you get women to go along with your program. Like I said before on countless videos, you got to show your wins. You got to show your trophies. You have to have a score. And when she's looking at you, she's looking at your score. She's looking at how you look. She's looking at how you carry yourself. she's looking at your profession, and she has an overall ranking of you, and you need to be ranking high, okay? Now, if some women having all that stuff together might rank you higher, or having that stuff together might rank you lower. Every woman has a different ranking system. But for the most part, is what your money looking like, what you look like, what your social life like. You can't be a hobbit. I know, bruh, you like to get on that game, on Xbox, play the game, and just be inside all day. That's fine. That's a hobby. You have something to do, but you also have to be outside getting active as well. Okay? You can find you a woman that'll appreciate that. Don't get me wrong. You can find you a woman that would appreciate that, and she might get on the game with you or whatever, but you have to find women that are interested in the same things you're interested in. But the average everyday woman might be looking at that gaming system and say, okay, he's ranking lower than the guy that's actually going outside and being active. It all depends on the type of woman that you're talking to, or the type of woman that you want in your life. So, like I said, guys, you have to have them look up to you. It's a plus when you're talking to a woman and she's looking at you with admiration. It makes you feel good as a man, because that gives you more incentive to lead and step into your masculine role in the first place. That's what it's all about. I'm not talking to moist dudes that want to let their woman run them. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to the bros that want to lead and be leaders in their communities, and also be leaders in their families, and be leaders in relationships. Those are the gender roles. I didn't make them up. This is just how it's been. It's how it's always going to be. Okay? That's how you got to do it. Always find a way to improve to where the women in your life can look up to you. They can look up to you for advice. They need to be coming to you. They don't need to be going to the homegirls. Of course, if it's something that's not in your wheelhouse, they need to go to somebody else. But when it comes to everything else, they need to be coming to you. You need to be the end all be all. Yeah, I talked to my homegirl about this, but how do you feel about it? Yes, I talked to my parents about this, but how do you feel about it? You need to be that man that's offering that wisdom, that's offering that guidance. And the only way you can get that wisdom and guidance is you have to go out here and fail. You have to go out here and win, but you're going to also learn more from your failures. So you have to go out here and try. You're not going to get people to look up to you, or the women to look up to you, if you're not even trying, okay? There are things that I try all the time, and I fail all the time. I fail every day, okay? I'm not somebody that's this perfect guru, and I just do stuff in the works. I tried countless things, and I fell on my face so many times I can't even count. But you know what? I got back up, I learned from it, and I just kept doing it. I just kept doing it. I said, I'm gonna try something else. This didn't work. Let me change this out. Let me go left instead of right this time. Let me just keep trying. And in the meantime, while you're doing all that, you might be failing, but you're also gaining wisdom. You're gaining experience, and people can look up to you for that wisdom and experience, whether it's what to do or what not to do. But you need to apply that same life lesson to your relationships. Women need to look up to you. If they feel like you're not a catch, if they feel like you're not something to attain, if they feel like you're not a trophy, they're not going to be interested. They might be interested for a short while. It might be good for a little fling or whatnot, but as far as sustaining long-lasting goals, long-lasting relationships, that's what I'm talking about right now. Long-lasting relationships that have to feel like they can look up to you. And of course, there's going to be times where you might not perform to the best of your abilities, because you're human. It happens. That's okay. But you also have to take those licks, realize where you messed up at, and pick up that torch and keep going. That's the role that we have as men, okay? Nobody cares. I always tell y'all, nobody cares about whether we're doing bad or we're feeling bad. They want us to produce, and they want us to perform. So even while you're going through the hardships, you still have to produce. You still have to perform, and you want people to look up to you, especially if you got kids in your life and you got a woman in your life or women in your life. They need to be looking up to you, okay? They need to be looking up to you for guidance. They need to look up to you in admiration, and just, you need to be that stand-up guy, okay? In all aspects of your life, whether it's your love life, it's your social life, your fitness life, your spiritual life, whatever. And that's a hard thing to ask for, because it's a lot, but you got to ask yourself, like I always say, You cannot do anything I'm telling you right now. You cannot listen to it, and you can just choose to do your own thing and move around that peer group, move around that tier. But if you want to improve, if you want to get better options, and when I say better options, I'm just not talking about women. I'm just talking about better options in life. If you want a better house, you want a better car, you got to get better credit, right? So you got to qualify for better options. You have to do the work. And if you're a young guy listening to this, start doing it now. I'm about to be 34 next month. I'm glad that I'm doing it now, but if I would have did certain things earlier, I'll probably be in a higher position than where I am right now. But I'm still starting it. I started the journey. I'm doing the work. So, bros, I encourage you to do the work also. So, moral of the story, get women that look up to you. Only deal with women that look up to you. Don't deal with someone that looks down on you or that might be on your level, because they'll never give you the respect that you deserve as a man. And to be honest, if you're on the same level as her, she probably shouldn't respect you anyway. Or if you're on the level below as her, she doesn't have any reason to respect you. So always try to one up and always go above, be understanding. But anyway, I'm about to go to the gym and improve my levels so I can keep being admired, and I hope you guys do the same. Your ass up.